time is it?
They should be here by now.
Look, I'm caught in the blizzard. I'm moving as fast as I can.
If you don't walk through this door right now, I swear.
You can't wait 5 minutes. I'm almost there. Bro, chill.
Make monkey haste.
Let me get a large stuffed crust, pepperoni, mushroom, green pepper, just put it all on there, that's fine.
Is this the Kong table?
I made it.
You took long enough.
You didn't want to pick me up in the giant snowmobile?
Each monkey must find his own way.
So what, you're not even gonna sit with us?
The chairs are deplorable. I much prefer the booth. Not to mention the food. They don't even put bananas on their pies here.
Crispy. Thank you all very much for meeting me in this remote location, in this frigid peak of DK Summit. I appreciate you guys very much for getting together for this DK Summit. Maybe I can introduce you guys, just go around the table and introduce everybody. You may know him as the Kremling Detective. He's been involved in many of the discoveries that fed the Bananza theories and speculation. Welcome, Sxips. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. It's great to finally talk about this game after it's been released, like the Post-Bananza hype after.
Well, we're gonna have a nice discussion today. I'm excited. And now, a red tie enthusiast with what I must say are some of the best transitions in the game, and pioneer of the infamous Boulder Theory. We have Cotrello of Kompendium. Thank you for being here.
What's up, baby? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm in the 1,000 Banana Club right now, so all that's left is to talk about the game now.
Now, the man behind the insanely compelling theory covering details tying Donkey Kong Bananza to ancient Chinese literature. Welcome, Don't Mind Joe.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm just happy to be here. I'm in a room filled with legends. I'm just a regular guy. So,
We appreciate you showing up. I appreciate you being here, Joe. Thank you. And now the man, the myth, the monkey, the creator who got this whole hype train moving and kept it moving to the very end with an infectious enthusiasm for Kongs and Crocs, Uncle Al. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me. Wabba gabba goo, that's my new catchphrase. I don't know, what do you guys think of that one?
It suits you. Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet. Oh, well, that's good. Actually, I thought it was terrible. I was testing you guys. You guys, you failed the test, but that's okay. You know,
I hate it.
You got two more strikes, so we're all good.
It is plagiarized a little bit, but we can forgive you. Well, to start off talking, I thought we could kind of go over a timeline of everything that's been going on here. The oldest thing I could track down as far as the DK speculation goes was from you, Al. You and Sxips did it looked like 3 years ago, a discussion about the possibility of a new Donkey Kong game, where you guys got a surprising amount of things right.
Oh, man. I remember that discussion, but I remember, like, nothing about it. I feel like my brain has been, like, through hell and high water since then. But Sxips, do you remember anything about that?
I actually do, remember, a lot. We especially dived right into, what Smash Ultimate would, influence, with this new DK game. One of the major points I figured out is that if they were to bring back a bunch of, rare elements, they would combine a lot of their designs with, the rare and the pay-on designs. And lo and behold, in the Planet Core, you have Critter, who is meshed up with... Well, I originally thought he would have his golden pads like how he had back in the rare era. But what they did, they combined the pay-on design, but also gave him his face from the rare design.
Yeah, I liked how the critters turned out. It was so exciting to see that. But we'll talk about that a little later. But I believe it was in April, Al, you had your first Croc watch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that was the first time you ever talked about the Kremlings. I haven't done that deep of a search. But you seem to be a lifetime Kremling fan.
Oh yeah, love me some Kremlins, dude. Let me tell you, I can think way back to like the Smash Dojo days and jumping on to look and see if K. Rool was gonna be revealed for Brawl. Like, man, I've been on this this little Kremlin train for a while, so I've been waiting for his big grand return to the DK series. I knew I had to do something. I knew I had to talk about K. Rool somehow leading into Bananza. What I was not expecting, was a full-on, like, series about it. That kind of was just a total off-the-cuff sort of thing. It was just, I started out as a joke. Because, like, for years I did videos, Kong Watch, is what I called it. Try to pinpoint when we're maybe gonna see a glimpse of a new Donkey Kong game. So I was like, yeah, we'll do something for K. Rool too. We'll call it Croc Watch.
It was the thing that really got me excited because I didn't know that there was the speculation going around about K. Rool and the Kremlings, but that's my favorite part of Donkey Kong. So I was very excited for the possibility of that, and it got me theorizing in my head too. But I'm sure the rest of you are also lifelong Donkey Kong fans. What's kind of your guys' history with Donkey Kong?
So Donkey Kong, man, I've still got my original game in my original Super Nintendo. It was probably the first game that I ever beat. There's a lot of things that I played as a kid, and I go back and I'm like, eh. But every time I go back, I just like see something more. There's so much depth and richness to the series that you can see from the Super Nintendo games back to the arcade. It's just like the way that it all links together, whether like intentionally or unintentionally. I mean, I know you guys all saw the Fractone thing. It's just like, it's wild how like deep this dumb game about monkeys finding bananas is, but they're all bangers. They're all like such good games, and I can't think of very many other franchises where like just every one is just like Mario, New Super Mario Bros. Yikes, brother. Super Mario Sunshine, a little rough around the edges, but just like Tropical Freeze, Donkey Kong Country 2, and then now Bananza just joins the club of like just incredible games, and then the characters just being so timeless. They meet this like amazing like middle point where it's goofy and approachable enough for like my 6-year-old kid to be like all into it, and then it's like serious enough to where there's something to latch onto if you're older, whether it's the artistry of the game itself or some of the lore implications. But yeah, it's kept me hooked.
What about you, Joe? What's your history with the Donkey Kong franchise?
So the first Donkey Kong game I ever played was Donkey Kong Arcade. My mom had an old Atari console. We had it on the Atari. And I used to sit there with the single joystick and just sit there and play Donkey Kong for hours. We had pretty much every Nintendo console growing up, so because my mom's a big fan of games too. And she loves Donkey Kong. And when Donkey Kong Country was announced, she could not wait for that game. Because she would go to the arcade when she was younger and play it all the time, so she could not wait. We played it every day, all the time together. It was the first game that I remember sitting down with my family and playing together. I was too young to beat it on my own. It was too difficult. She ended up taking us all the way to King K. Rool. And, like, when he jumped onto the screen, it was great. Like, we thought he was so funny. Like, me and my brother would crack up every time you'd, give him the bonk. Like, it was, like, the funniest thing. So
Yeah, that sound is hilarious.
It's amazing. I'm so glad they brought it back in Bananza. Like, I'm so happy about that. It was great. I pretty much stuck with the series ever since then. Like, I have a lot of really close memories with it like that, and I played them all. Donkey Kong Country 2 was the first one that I beat on my own, and I was, like, so proud of myself, because it's so difficult. I mean, since I could just play games on my own, I've gone back and I've played them for, like, a yearly playthrough. Every single one of them.
That's awesome. And Skips, I think I heard you say in that other video you guys made that you started with the Returns series. Is that right?
Yep, it's true. I'm a fake longtime fan. I've gotten into the series way back when Returns came out because I did know who, like, obviously Donkey Kong, Diddy, and the other characters were. The thing is, I almost fell into that hive mind where Donkey Kong was just another Mario spin-off at the time, because when I was growing up, it was around the time like Rare left Microsoft, so Donkey Kong was like stuck in this like purgatory, like what is Donkey Kong, like what should he be? And like it wasn't until I play Returns, it's like when you try like a new food like you never knew you liked. So when I play Returns, it's like, dang, this is really good. And so I liked Returns, but it wasn't until I bought DKC 1 and 2 off the virtual console and I played them, and then it became like, wow, I love this. Like, there's just something about like Rare's take on DK, just like it's like really hard. And of course, K. Rool, like seeing him, it's like at this point, I never really had like attachment to like a villain like him. So I saw him, it's like I really like this guy. Like, why isn't like even I was confused like before I played more of DK. It's like, why isn't he in Returns? Like, why don't they use this guy?
Yeah, I think I grew up probably around the same area as you, but I had access to, because my parents played the Donkey Kong Country games, and so I had a SNES in the house, and that was like the main one my dad played was the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, and he had 100% of them. And so I grew up with them really more than probably any other old game. It's probably like the oldest game I had access to was those three, and I played a lot of them. But yeah, there's something so special about those old games. But as we get into some of these theories, so many theories came up about this game ahead of time, and I wanted to do a debrief of all the things that we've been speculating about and what came true and what didn't. Al, I believe you were the one, I think Sxips as well, who came up with the theory about the crocodile core and those infamous colors.
Oh yeah.
How are we feeling about that now?
Well, you know, it's really funny in hindsight. It's like, something kind of stinks. I think it's, it's this rotten cup of our theory sitting over here. Yeah, that's, a lot of those have seemingly aged like milk. Not so good, but that's okay. You know, it was all in good fun anyway. The Crocodile Core one, you know, it's funny the way that kicked everything off because, man, I don't know, it did seem just like so compelling to an extent. Like these colors were everywhere, man. But, you know, obviously in hindsight, we now know it was more of a direct reference to the arcade era, which, you know, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. But
there is a non-zero chance that they took inspiration, though. It's a very specific shade of pink and blue.
That is true. That is true. And, you know, we do know that the developers really dug in and did their homework with this series, too. So it could be sort of a double reference kind of thing, you know.
But either way, we got the result we wanted, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's all that matters in the end, you know. We got results, you know. That's...
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget that the main claim in a lot of the being made fun of and whatnot was actually about, like, King K. Rool getting in the first place. I got told for eons. It's just like, no way, dude. You're just a dumb Rare fan. But I don't even, like, you know, if the game came out and he wasn't in, I'd be like, oh, man. But I probably would have played it and enjoyed it anyway. But just everyone was convinced because they're like, brother, if he was in the game, Nintendo would have told us. They would have said, here you go, Google Gaga, baby. Like, they're, you know, that's the only way that they can deliver information. They can't hint, they can't, I mean, looking back on this, people are going to look back on this in like 4 years, and they're going to be like, as soon as the Crocodile Rock thing was there, they should have known. And like, that's where a lot of us were. But yeah, let's not bemoan that point. That like the main prediction was that he's in. I don't think any of us were like, this is exactly how it's gonna happen. But
right,
you know, that's the fun in speculation. It's like, is it gonna be Chinese myth? Are they going all the way back to DKC2? I thought they'd do more Hollow Earth theory stuff. So I had this like this video that no one watched on my channel, but like going deep into that sort of lore and you know, the real world implications of like the water renewing itself it deep inside the earth, the lizard people inside. But a lot of that stuff won't be found out later.
I was curious about your perspectives in particular, Control, because I think you've probably gotten the brunt of that as far as with your Boulder Theory.
You know, I've There's some people that were making fun of me like before the game came out, and that was fun. After I saw I think it was like a Reddit post or something, and you know, it was like, I have to you know, eat a sock and wear a clown hat. I was definitely wrong on that. But like, still, what's strange is that we still don't know who's laughing there. Like, definitively, it sounds like K. Rool. If I ever get the chance to like, you know, meet some kind of developer, talk to a Nintendo person, like I'm just like, okay, but like what is the laughing there? Is that like foreshadowing? Is that Grumpy Kong laughing with his mouth closed? Is that Odd Rock laughing? Like we still don't know. Is that a random crocoid? Like we're one of the Kremlings disguised as a crocoid? Like we just don't know.
There's actually Cranky Kong in the background.
He was just trolling us.
But yeah, that's what's kind of funny about it. So like, yeah, definitely, you know, taking the L and everything, but I still don't have an answer. That's the most frustrating part of it. It's just
But no,
like,
yeah,
if
like
the camera just like panned and it was like, oh, that's Void Kong's dad, you know, Voider Kong.
Voider Kong.
Maybe you were more spot on than you realize. It was the boulder laughing the whole time.
It's just
Yeah.
a sentient boulder. But no, like I was on the train. I was on the boulder train because I had all these theories about the fractones and all this. I was like, everything has to do with rocks. Like, there's got to be something to that laugh.
Yeah, well, you know, just like, yeah, so many. I still don't think that scene is composed very well because it doesn't really like emphasize anything. There's just kind of like this spread and there's dust and rocks flying everywhere, so it's kind of hard to like kind of make out what's happening still. And then, yeah, I mean, when I was originally like kind of like typing that out, I was just like, hey, this is some really dumb idea I've got, guys. What do you think? Look, I think you're cooking. I'm like, am I cooking? It's a little bit of encouragement from the boys. That was right after I joined our little group thread, and I was like, surely I'm going to get kicked out after this. But the laugh is still yeah,
That is true. It's crazy
I'm
how
so perplexed.
It sounded exactly like one of his jungle climber voice clips, because I literally took the laugh and I compared it as best as I can with the footage we had at the time, and it just sounded like that laugh pitched down. It's like, okay, maybe they would bring back like K. Rool's like old pay on Nintendo voice actor, because he still works at Nintendo. He voices Funky Kong.
Yeah, well, some people were like, no, that's ridiculous. Why would they reuse a voice clip that old? They're just like, have you met Nintendo?
Dude, they've been using N64 Yoshi voice clips for the past, like, 25 years, dude. They're always reusing voice clips.
So now, also in May, Don't Mind Joe, you came out with your Journey to the West theory. I think you called it your Big Buddha theory. Now, that is one of the only theories in my mind that I felt like didn't even need to be proven. Like, it seemed like there was enough evidence just on what we already saw before the game even came out to prove it. So I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on that, because it's like all the stuff that you've found is still there. I don't know how much more there was to confirm it, but it seemed very strong in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, we know that Mario Odyssey definitely takes, like, little beats from the Odyssey. There are people that debate this, but you're just flat out wrong. All right, like you can literally see similar story beats to those things, which makes sense. I mean, it's Mario Odyssey, so why wouldn't they use the Odyssey? You know what I'm saying? And seeing their ability to take like those old stories and mythology and literature and apply it to a Mario game. When I first saw the trailer for Bananza and I saw VoidCo, those monkeys just stood out to me. I was just like, what is it with these monkeys? I'm like, what is this? And then they come flying in on a giant fireball. I'm like, this just seems so weird and familiar to me. And it's just like, literally my weird brain, because I'm just really into mythology and folklore and stuff, my weird brain just thinks sun, fireball, monkeys, Journey to the West. That sounds similar to me in that way. So I started looking through Journey to the West and looking for all these things, and I remember the celestial monkeys are in there and the macaque and all that stuff, and then I literally just went on Google and typed in macaque monkeys, and this picture of the lion-tailed macaque in India comes up, and I'm like, that's literally it. There it is. That's him. That's Little Void Monkey. He's definitely that. It just kind of went from there. I was like, they have to be pulling from Journey to the West for this game. Plus the whole emphasis on like stone, underground. Sun Wukong is the stone monkey. DK is basically the king of the monkeys, if you want to think of him in that way. So it's a pretty good comparison. I guess when it's all said and done, things kind of lined up in the way I thought, but they didn't, obviously, because no one's going to know. I mean, at the end, Void Kong really wasn't the ultimate main boss, as I thought he wouldn't be. He was kind of a false boss. We all thought he was going to be the big bad all the way up till the end when he gets uppercutted. So you're like, oh, well, guess not.
And the great thing is you never see him again.
No, you really don't.
It's like, as soon as he's gone, he is out.
And the funny thing about it is that his ending is actually similar to the actual macaque in Journey to the West, because his whole deal is he wants riches. He wants to be famous for finding the scrolls of Buddha, and he ends up just getting killed unceremoniously at the end of it all, and his story's just over. That's it. Boom. Gone. It's pretty much the same way it goes in Bananza, from a certain point of view, as my friend Obi-Wan Kenobi would say. It's pretty much that. So, I guess the only thing that was really debatable would be the King K. Rool Bull King thing, but he did fill the role. You know, I had thought that the Bull King fills that role as that personal enemy that comes in to Journey to the West and challenges Sun Wukong. And it's like, that is what K. Rool ultimately ended up being. He's that personal connection to the original games, comes back to fight his arch nemesis Donkey Kong. And to be completely fair, his banana armor that he gets has a very Malaysian kind of style to it. So I definitely think there was an idea there. They went with that slight theming. He even kind of looks like a big golden Buddha when he becomes, you know, the King of Rot. He has that, like, gold Buddha look. He's big and fat and got that smiley face and big belly. So, I mean, I guess in the end, kind of close, but no cigar, as they say. You know, I can still see those influences.
That's why I say I feel like your theory was one of the only ones that didn't really need to proving. Because, like, one of the biggest things that I remember being pointed out with your whole theory was the golden skeletons with the flame on the head. And so showing the comparisons to that, I was like, what? That it's like exact. So I feel like there had to be inspiration there. And also there was no explanation for the chests, why they're bowl themed.
That's
like,
true, yeah.
It's like, it's so out of nowhere. There's nothing in Donkey Kong that's related to that.
No. I've definitely come to the conclusion I do believe the chests are supposed to be left over by the Kremlings, though. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, because Kremlings are also, like, pirate-themed, and that's definitely cemented after this game. I mean, they literally have a little tablet where they're speaking like pirates. Like, it's literally pirate lingo in it, like, I'm afeared and all this kind of stuff. So, what do pirates do? They bury treasure chests with maps, and it's like, it's got the Northern Kremisphere on it. All of that stuff points to Kremlings, the gold and green. So in the end, I do think that it is related to them. Maybe when they were on their search for the route, maybe they were drawing out maps. I don't know. Maybe that's supposed to be the whole thing, I guess.
We won't know, like, for sure how much inspiration they drew from the myths unless they say outright, like, this is from the myth. Because, you know, there's certain things like Donkey Kong being reborn, in a sense, coming out immediately from the rock. That's how you first see him in... that parallels nicely with the way that Sun Wukong is kind of like reborn within the mountain. Not to mention the boulder that falls on DK's head that it crashes out of. Like, those could be coincidental or those could be a callback. But you know, a lot of those things they were never going to weave in literally. Like this is the I would say Void does like parallel the macaque, but like maybe they wouldn't want to be so on the nose to like literally give him 6 years. So he has 2 ears that's normal, but then little tufts of hair that also look like ears. And so you end up with 4, but like still this idea that kind of like calls back to it, but not in such an on your nose sort of way. And Mario Odyssey does it in a similar way where, like, you know, what the Cap Kingdom represents isn't literally like death or the underworld as it would be in like the Odyssey, but it is, you know, something that's kind of playing with those ideas and weaving them in with other influences. I mean, you can obviously see the Tim Burton in there. So these works, the people making these games, they seem to be well read and kind of well cultured in myth and such. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think there's enough to yank on there for Journey to the West.
Yeah, and I think they probably don't want it to be on the nose. They probably want a level of vagueness there, and to make it creative and do their own thing, and to where it's not like a direct callback. But I think, yeah, definitely having those influences. And I'm sure when you're writing the story of a game, calling upon old stories that are very familiar is something that helps in the planning process, I would imagine.
Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun. I mean, we inspire each other.
I mean, Zelda literally has done it too. Like, Link is literally inspired from Peter Pan. Like, Miyamoto straight up said it. He said that Peter Pan inspired him for that character, or at least the design. And it's like you can see things in the Zelda games that have been taken from mythology as well. The Seven Sages. They definitely dip into this all the time when they're making games. Like, It's just something that they look at.
even Donkey Kong himself, King Kong over here,
Yeah.
That is true with how the final battle takes place. Especially in a city, you have Godzilla and King Kong in like New York's like New Donk City. Like I theorized about that too, that if K. Rool were to come back, they would have like the big climactic battle would be like maybe a New Donk or like a big clash between Godzilla monster versus King Kong. Like they're just building off these themes like with Journey to the West and other inspo. Like these themes are clashing.
I thought the same exact thing at that moment. I thought, I said it on my stream. I was like, is this about to be Godzilla versus Kong? Are we gonna both grow giant and like be pouncing through the city? But yeah, it was very reminiscent of that for sure. After that, we had a couple theories that came up. How connected are Void Kong and King K. Rool? Is King K. Rool being mind controlled? There's a lot of discussion about, are these two characters related? So I'm curious, what is your guys' opinion on VoidCo as characters now that we know what they really are?
I love them. They're really great. They're better than Tiki Toilet and Diet Cola Rool. I think those are like, because they actually do things. They're not just like gameplay first. They actually have character. They have motives. They're memorable. This is what we've wanted. And now that we have these characters that could coexist with like the old guy we love, it just opens so much more for the future of them making new characters while not like completely removing the stuff we loved before. And I really like that a lot.
That whole crew was, I think, well done. I don't like Void Kong a whole lot. I think like he definitely serves a purpose. I could tell from like his look that he was not final boss material. I didn't know about like him being like K. Rool in disguise. It was kind of went back and forth on that about K. Rool being the boss, like controlling them. I could have like seen a thread with that. The one thing that I was correct about was that I was looking at that first cutscene that they sent us, and I'm like, Poppy Kong just looks like she's not evil. She looks like she's doing a job. Like the way that she winces and recoils at Void Kong's behavior, like I'm just like, I don't think so. And then some preview stuff came out, and there was a Grumpy Kong boss fight, and just like the way that he sits and talks to DK after the boss battle, I'm like, I don't think he's evil either. I think he's just like doing his job. And those were like, people were like killing me in the comments for that, and I was like 100% on that one. I don't miss.
You're totally
except
right.
for on all my other theories.
Even I think in their design, I think they were designed to be that way. I mean, when you look at their design side by side, Grumpy Kong looks like very much a blue collar worker, and Poppy Kong a white collar. They like a corporate businesswoman and a construction worker.
Oh yeah, that's a good observation. Grumpy's my favorite new character they've made since like other people started putting their dirty little fingers on Donkey Kong. I'm just kidding. I did like the Snowmad, like the regular enemies. So it was the Frederick that was a little weak, and then the Tiki's great from a gameplay perspective. I'll say that much. Flat heads to land on in a platforming game.
It's like if you made a Mario game and like it wasn't Bowser, it was just about a group of marionette dolls like controlling the Mushroom Kingdom.
I'm pretty indifferent to the Tikis. I don't know. I don't despise them. I don't love them either. But I just really don't like Tiki Tom. But that's because Head and Hands boss just sets me off.
The hands, dude. Stop. We're done. We're done. You did it with the Andros. You did it with like the Super Mario 64. You did it again in Mario Wonder for some reason. It's time to stop.
Seriously.
I don't even remember Tiki Tong. I don't remember the final boss of that game whatsoever.
Imagine a Tiki, but he's also got giant hands. So that's it. And that's the saddest part. I rode the theme park ride, and it's just like they like nailed down those plans in 2016, and it was such an unfortunate time to like decide on a theme park that will probably like stay the same for the next like 25 years. He's just like eternalized there. I mean, he's not like terrible, but I'm just like,
Yeah, no, they're definitely subpar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call myself a hater of the Tiki characters. I think as characters, their designs aren't bad. Like, they're kind of cool. But when you're replacing Kremlings with them, it's no contest. I think because of that, they get a lot of hate, and it's probably deserved.
Ads are fine too. Like like they said, Frederick is just Diet K. Rool, and I bet it's just because what they did is that they reverse engineered the Kremlings when they made Tropical Freeze, because they probably did hear a bunch of, like, obviously the Kremling outcries, but they still were under probably, like, they wanted to do their own thing. So they just put the Kremling blood into these new enemy force, the Snowmad. And they were good. Like, they had, like, I think my favorite one is probably, like, Bashmaster, which should have been the boss of the Snowmads, not Frederick.
I agree.
I like the little penguins. They smack you.
Oh, yeah, they're great. The little big walrus guys are supposed to be, like, the clump stand-in.
Yeah. Yeah, there were definitely some standouts with the Snowmads compared to the Tikis. Like, I thought overall, like, they were definitely kind of a step up above the Tikis, but I don't know. I'm still kind of just, like, somewhere in the indifferent realm with them, you know, the same way I feel about the Tikis, too. It's kind of like, you know, to kind of circle it back around to, like, VoidCo and Void Company. Like, I feel like they got a lot more time to just, like, be on screen and, like, you know, have some dialogue, get to know their personalities a little bit more, which immediately makes them stand out in my mind more, like, already just compared to the Snowmads and the Tikis. And I think they were fun. They're definitely easily the second best group of Donkey Kong villains.
I agree.
Now, so.
They didn't stand a chance. They didn't. Let's be honest.
Void is cool. He wasn't gonna, like, be the one. He wasn't gonna be that guy. He was just like I'm just here because you want him.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's still missing that. They've got a giant British-shaped hole in their offering that they just, like, I mean, PlayStation 2, like, they letting Media Molecule kind of, like, fall to the wayside and not, like, be pumping out stuff like Tearaway and Little Big Planet. It's just, like, different people from different places just, like, cook different meals that taste different, and it's like, you know, they're really good at the Japanese stuff. They've got that locked down, but, like, we're definitely, like, missing that British charm that Rare had back in those early days.
I think a lot of it is the humor.
Yeah.
Is like when you go back and play the Donkey Kong Country games, it's just jokes. They're just filled with jokes, and it makes you feel like you're just having fun playing a video game, which sometimes can be lost. I think VoidCo would probably be my least favorite group of Donkey Kong enemies if K. Rool hadn't been in the game, because it would be out of spite. But as it is, I'm kind of indifferent towards them. I liked Void Kong went from being my least favorite to being my favorite of the three. I did kind of like his goofy, greedy little grubby fingers trying to get his hands all over the Banandium, but and it just made me happy to see him get just slapped out of existence. That made me happy.
Yeah, he was a fun little guy. I liked him. I think Grumpy was probably my
Grumpy's
favorite.
the goat.
I love his design. I love, like, his, I don't know. He was just fun. I liked him a lot.
I don't know if any of you guys have done the quest line where you give him money to build stuff, but the way that he smiles at you while he's taking your money is just so... it just says so much without saying anything. I love it. And his sound design is great, too.
He's a hardworking Kong. Gonna go home to his family that has the same face structure as he does, and he's love his wife. They're just working his job.
It's his wife and kids just have the same exact face.
Go get his chicken pot pie and eat it in front of the TV.
I don't know if you guys caught, like, on the loading screens, he's got, like, you know, an affinity for plants and stuff too, which I thought was just kind of like a fun little character thing for him. You know, it was just he was fun. I liked him. He's
got a little Zen garden when he goes home.
Those little drawings were really added a lot of personality. Well, I was probably the last to get into the theory game. I came up with a couple things. I predicted the giraffe and the elephant would be the Bananzas. I got the elephant right, but that's probably about the only thing in that video that was right.
I mean, I think, like, the thing you were talking about with, like, them embodying every different Kong, it's like, again, we need, like, developer confirmation, but they parallel. You know, you've got the Donkey Kong stand-in with the Kong. Diddy was always fast in DK64. The zebra. You've got the ostrich flying tiny. You've got the snake that stretches to jump. That is lanky. The elephant would be chunky. I mean, you're half cooking on that. I give you partial credit.
I felt like I was so like in a state of hype. I felt like there was had to be something to it. At least I'm glad the elephant was right. That was pretty hype for me. But I was sad that the giraffes are extinct or not underground anymore or whatever it is. Now on the theme of Bananzas, I have to say that the elephant is definitely my favorite as far as gameplay wise. What was your guys' favorite of the transformations to use in game?
Visually, my favorite's the snake. Theme-wise, though, it's the zebra. Oh man, the zebra's got a banger theme song.
Oh, that song is so good.
No, I definitely agree there.
I think they're all good actually. Not a single one I wouldn't not want to listen to.
But the zebra one with the little zebra, I don't know what kind of sounds they make. It's kind of like a honker. It's like I don't know what it is, but like they put that into the beat. It's just like dang. It's like why is this hit so hard? I feel like a weirdo just like bopping my head to this fake rap song.
Dude, it's got this like Latin flair. It's so good.
Yeah. Which apparently that was the one that gave them the whole idea. Just like, okay, we need someone on Donkey Kong's back rapping. So I didn't use any of the Bananzas. I religiously avoided them. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. I just wanted to play Donkey Kong just like regular himself. I was whenever the game would make me Bananza, which is rare. I like that. I went through the whole boss rush of the game and didn't Bananza at all. And like that was a lot of fun. But with the K. Rool arc, they kind of they're like, no, you got a zebra here, dude. But yeah, I don't know. I like the way DK plays. He feels so good. If I had to pick a favorite, it's just Kong because it's just more DK. But there is a certain zen feeling to just like it turns into kind of like Power Wash Simulator where you just like start erasing the entire world around you.
Yeah,
I did that toward the end of the game to find those last bananas.
it's the autism in me. I can't stay away. I just want to suck up every single little piece of dirt in the entire world, and I've done it like twice now. I've just been going through each world and just I want to destroy every single bit. And it's not easy.
There's a loop you can do where if you use the elephant Bananza and you have one of the outfits lets you discover treasure chests more often when you're like just digging through the terrain. You just do that and like free fossil maps, baby.
No, yeah, you can basically be in any Bananza constantly, which I love that that's possible. They don't make it difficult. But where it does get frustrating when I'm doing my focus trying to destroy everything is worlds like the ostrich lair where you literally can't get it all because of like the poison, and that hurts me.
Yeah, the elephant was fun. I think I'm kind of in a similar boat to Cotrello over here. Like I don't know if I had to pick one, probably the Kong Bananza. I just get to be big, strong monkey and punch hole in the wall. But in terms of like the music, I'm somewhere between the Zebra Bananza and I also really like the track for the Ostrich Bananza. Like I really like that one.
That one was fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kong is pretty good too. I'd say if I was to rank them, it'd probably be Zebra, Ostrich, Kong, Snake, and then Elephant's probably the last. Maybe because I've heard it so much.
Before the game had released, there was some artist on Twitter drawing a bunch of different potential like Bananza transformations for DK, and one of them was like a spider Bananza, and it looked a lot like Squitter. I kind of wish that was a real thing now. I mean, could you imagine just I don't know, webbing stuff up like Spider-Man, slinging it. Just turn Donkey Kong into Spider-Man.
I was thinking before this, I wanted to ask you guys another question is, what would your most wanted Bananza transformation be if we were to get another game like this? And mine would be a spider. I feel like there's a lot of situations where a spider working the way Squitter does could have worked a lot better than even the ostrich.
Yeah, I'd be somewhere between a spider Bananza and like a Kremling Bananza. I think I don't know what they would even do because I feel like, I mean, I'm sure they'd figure something out if they did, but I don't know. I don't have the creative brain to imagine what it could do differently than just like Donkey Kong. I just, you know, like punching, breaking stuff more easily. I don't know, but I don't know. I would just love to see it, Donkey Kong turning into a Kremling. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I thought at some point they were going to like have Rool do a Kong Bananza and DK do a Kremling Bananza. There'd be some like Kremling elder that you meet and you get some backstory to Rool. There could have been something cool they did there.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I mean, as far as the powers, like they just make something up. Zebras aren't. I mean, they're not that fast. It's like ostriches don't fly.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah.
Ostrich Bananza, he doesn't fly very well. He flies about as well as Espresso does.
Yeah. I would like a whale Bananza.
Actually, I got another one. Dude, frog Bananza. Like you could do, or a donkey or a frog. You know, Donkey Kong. That'd be funny. Donkey frog. That'd be funny.
Too much donkey.
Donkey. Love that. Really?
Donkey.
Oh, Donkey Bee. How about a bee? Like he's a zinger.
Bumblebee Kong.
I'm just imagining the Mario Galaxy,
The Bumblebee suit.
the bee costume that he has, but Donkey Kong in it.
He's not actually a bee. He's just in a bee costume.
Just looks like a large man inside of a child's costume.
It'd be like a Mario Kart world, though. Like Wario has it in Mario Kart world. Maybe that'd be a DLC. Give him a bee costume like Donkey Wario has.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that second costume.
Big buff bee. I would like to see a water form.
Oh yeah.
Like a seal.
Clapper Kong.
Yeah. I think that would be cool because if you're above water, you could make like ice platforms and you could slide. And if you're on land, you could slide fast, like on the ice. But then you could go underwater and swim and do whatever, like dash or whatever. Because that's the one thing, I guess, with Bananza that kind of if I have to pick something that disappointed me, it was the lack of underwater anything. No underwater, no like. I mean, I know they threw aquatic ambience kind of into the Rool music towards the end in New Donk or whatever, but like, man, it would have been great to get like a really nice aquatic ambience remix in Bananza and like have some underwater form and some whole layer that's underwater. Like, that would have been so cool.
Yeah, I wonder if they decided against it because of the fact that like the Bananzas are so temporary.
Water levels aren't fun.
Like if you had a express. Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
Finish your point.
Sorry.
No, I was interrupting with water levels aren't fun.
Yeah, no, I kind of have the same sentiment.
That's where whale Bananza comes in. It becomes more fun.
I feel like it could be fun if you could like permanently be the Bananza. Like in Mario Odyssey, you capture the cheap. It's more fun. With the Bananzas, it's kind of you go back and forth between a swordfish and just a monkey swimming. It might not. I don't know. I don't know if that was part of their decision process.
I mean, I think it would have like expanded the scope of development. It's this whole other physics set that they have to make. They have to decide, does he breathe underwater, all that stuff. But no, I've got a running joke with my friends. It's just like, there's no such thing as a good water level.
They're rare.
It's part of every game. I like it as like a concept. So like DKC2 will like have a stage and you jump in water, you do a little swimming, you hop out, you got some more stuff to do. All right, back into the water. That's awesome. I like when they mix it in, but like a pure water level, like in Mario, where you know you're in New Super Mario Bros. And you just hit that one world, just like 15 water levels in a row, dude. Sorry, bro. They told us we had to make a water world.
So my last thing for the speculations was my root theory, which I just put out randomly right before the game came out and ended up being the most accurate thing that I came up with the entire time.
Yeah, that was wild. I was on media blackout for like a week and a half. Someone on Reddit like posted like pictures of the physical game at Amazon. I'm like, I'm out. I'll check into the internet after I beat the whole game. But came back to see your video there, and I was like, dude, he had it. So that's like, and like people will be like, oh, well, you guessed that, like, you know, he'd have 15 toes or something. But like of course you weren't gonna get the details exactly right. But like just like that core, he is the root. I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, that's how
nice.
I felt too. Like when I saw the video, it's like, damn, he got it right.
Yeah, that was wild.
He cooked and it was too crispy.
Wow.
It's crazy because beforehand I was like, you know, root and rule, that they could do something with wordplay like there. You know, but I might be getting too crazy. Like they could...
King K. Root.
Which might also be some more Journey to the West, you know, kind of like the golden Buddha stomach and, you know, the being fortune. You know, there's probably a thread to follow there.
Yeah. Also with Journey to the West, like you were journeying back to the Western version of DK. You find the Kremlings and K. Rool. That's what I always thought. Like it sounds so perfect. It's like you're journeying to like the West.
Yeah, then you go to New Donk City. Just basically just
Exactly.
New York.
Hey,
Man, it's all coming together even more. It was there all along.
I gotta throw it out there too that Joe's Journey to the West theory has to probably be my favorite thing that came out of this entire speculation cycle. I just thought it was just so fun, and it even it even got me interested in like reading the actual story. I didn't get very far. I gotta get back to it eventually, but it was I just thought that was such a fun theory. I just had to throw it out there.
I felt the same way. It had me, after I saw it had me researching too. I was doing research into it for my own theories, like just trying to like, there has to be more.
Yeah.
Because it was such an aha moment, that all those little things that were coming together.
yeah. I mean, I think the rest of us were throwing a bunch of darts, and like some of them landed pretty close, and a couple of them bullseyed. But like, if you look at like the overarching picture, yeah. I mean, I think at some point the developers will be like, you know, divulging some of this stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to be able to pick their brains. Makes me really happy that they were, taking into account like pretty much all of DK's history. So
Yeah. We got to get to talking about the game, because I assume that you all had a similar experience. You know, I assume we all are rating it 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good game.
it was magic.
Yeah, I mean, I probably won't have like a solidified opinion until like a couple years pass and I play the game a couple more times. But like the fact that you can beat this game without getting a singular Banandium gem is awesome, and I can't wait to do that run. There's like different runs I want to do. The movement tech people are coming up with is like amazing. I had my own like weird little version where I would like grab a boulder, jump, start to turf surf, but then put the boulder back onto my head so I would gain some height, and then chunk jump off of it, clap for a little extra distance, and roll. And it's like, that's not even like the optimal way. There's like a bunch of different ways I could approach it, and I can't wait to like crack open the game more, do some challenge runs and whatnot.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those games where it's like it's simple enough for just anybody to get it, but has so much depth to it if you really put the time. But yeah, I loved the actual gameplay of controlling Donkey Kong in this game. But talking about our boy K. Rool, what are your guys' overall thoughts on the way that Nintendo went about this comeback for K. Rool? From the mystery of it to the way that it happened in-game, what were your guys' thoughts on their presentation?
Felt like fan fiction. That's like the best way I describe the whole way, like as soon as that climax. Because this has been, ever since like Smash Ultimate, it's like, well, yeah, I feel like it should have been common knowledge. Like, yeah, K. Rool got this big triumphant return in Smash Brothers, and there hasn't been a DK game until like now, and we're still down like, yeah, they're not going to put him in this one. But it's like they're rebuilding Donkey Kong as a brand to be as big as Mario and Zelda, and they would need, if you're going to build your brand up like that, you need like a recurring villain to be in that brand. They're not going to like do what they've been doing, like, oh, they mix and match like what they did with Tiki and like Frederick. No, they need a stable guy. And they had a stable guy, and they just brought him back. It's like, yeah.
At the time, I had wished, like, man, I just wish K. Rool would just be out right now. Like, I just want to see him now. Like, I wish he was in the first trailer, like, because you just really want to see if he's going to be back or not, and, like, the waiting kills you. Like, because you're just sitting there, and you're thinking, you're like, maybe he won't. Will they, won't they? I don't know. But in hindsight, I think Nintendo probably went about the entire situation in the best way possible. Yeah, they could have put him in Tropical Freeze as a secret boss, but they decided not to do that, put him in Smash. That was a huge deal. Like, it was massive when he was revealed for Smash, and it's like, honestly, Bananza is right there. Like, I would say it's probably on par with his Super Smash Bros. Reveal. Because it's like, the whole game, you don't think that this guy's gonna be in there. And you're like, wow, maybe they really didn't bring him back. And then he just punches VoidCo into space. And you're like, you gotta be kidding me. And when he stands up, dude, he gives you that smile, that smirk, and you can see his one eye. Like, it's perfect. Like, honestly, they really did do it in the best way possible. I've said it multiple times, but like, if you really think about it, this dude's had two of the biggest, hypest reveals in like a decade. Like, what kind of character can say that they get that? It is smart the way that they did it, because it gets you talking, people reminisce, they talk about it, and they know how awesome it is, and it just makes the character, like, who we already love anyway, but it makes the character cooler to other people who aren't on board, like the normal people out there who don't obsess over fat, funny crocodiles. Like, even they're like, wow, this dude is pretty cool. Like, because everybody else is so hype, you can't help but kind of get caught up into it.
I'm in total agreement there.
Yeah, we need to be hitting Nintendo up for some paychecks for all that marketing we did for them.
I know.
That's true.
But yeah, I am so grateful that they did it the way they did it, because one of my biggest reasons for doubting that K. Rool was going to be in the game, leading up to it, was Nintendo hasn't had that sense of surprise very much lately. Like, I felt that way with Mario Kart World, at least. Whereas, like, there has to be secret unlockable characters, right? They're not going to show everything in one trailer, right?
Oh my gosh.
No.
And they did.
Yeah, so it's like, that, I feel like that hasn't been around in a while.
No.
And so I started to get to the point that I was like, are they really just not going to do it? But it was, the way they did it was perfect. It was so exciting, and I was so blown away by the amount of fan service that went into that whole final act.
Yeah, this whole game definitely wants you to like have K. Rool like on the brain with anything, because it's like an ongoing back and forth saying, oh, is he in? Like, well, is he not? They really got us good.
They did a good job. Like, I wouldn't even call it like so much fan service, like, because it just like, it makes sense in the realm of the story. It doesn't feel cheap at all. And some people are saying like, oh, it's this cheap, like, random fan service thing that comes out of nowhere. And it's like, brother, I don't know where you were, but like 15 minutes into the game, they basically are like, crocodiles, pay attention to crocodiles, skeleton crocodiles, rock crocodiles. And like, as soon as I saw that scene, I'm just like, I was already like pretty close to 100% sure, you know, as sure as you could be without seeing something, that he was in the game, because we had Reese from Kiwi Talks talking about it, and just like following that guy's work. He is not a clout goblin. He is not the type of person to make something up. And lo and behold, he was totally right. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, the whole game foreshadows that ending. The whole game is like toying with this idea of like, who is VoidCo? Is he actually like, you know, going to be everything he says he's going to be? What's at the core? And then, you know, when you reach the forbidden layer, especially, it's like, then you know for sure, it's like, okay, he's not really like the final boss. There's something lurking back here. And that sense of like a greater threat than what's in front of you the whole time, but not being super sure of what it is so good.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, even if you really just want to look at it through the lens of like, this is just fan service that comes out of nowhere, that kind of thing, you know, like, I mean, is it not like well earned at this point anyway? I mean, you know, whether it was DK fans and are waiting for you know, the past decade for a new game, and you know, all the Kremlin campaigning that's kind of gone on over the years too, to bring them back, you know, into the fold into Smash Brothers, and of course just bringing them back to their home series and all that kind of stuff. If you know, it needed to happen anyway, you know. So
yeah, it was definitely a moment of catharsis for fans of Donkey Kong everywhere, I think.
Yeah, and like, what else did you want? Did you want VoidCo to just like Bananza form and turn giant? Like, I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of what you would expect if it was a Mario game or something. Like, Bowser usually transforms at the end of the game. It's just like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Been
like
done
what
so
could
many
have been
times.
better? Like
Right,
what the
yeah.
best possible thing that could happen happened.
Yeah, it's such a fun twist that, you know, it's not usually something that you see from your typical Nintendo game. So
Yeah, it's not often you see a character that's been gone for as long as K. Rool has, like in the main series of the game. We haven't seen him since a DS game that nobody really cares about.
He played baseball that one time with Mario, and then
That is true.
just got himself trapped back rooms. No, but like the thing is, it's like it's totally in universe too for K. Rool to do this. If you remember in DKC1's like instruction manual, like they don't show what he looks like. There's a silhouette of him, but he's always shrouded in this some sort of mystery. It also lines up to the fake outness of like the previous appearances he's had, and like it just these devs clearly played the games, like they knew how to like perfectly like construct this whole comeback for K. Rool like in the best way possible.
Also, I mean, the root. I mean, seeing the belly it was just also so funny. I mean, it's like it's dramatic and it's hilarious at the same time. Because I mean, you know, the literal like frame that I see of that, I'm like, that's my boy right there. He's stuck.
Yeah, same.
My boy looking.
Yeah, even before that, like there's a bunch of green aura surrounding his belly too. Like it's giving that like as soon as I saw like, oh, there's a bunch of green aura, then it clicked with me, I saw the out, it's like, oh my god, that's his belly. And I looked at my K. Rool amiibo just to make sure it was the exact design. It's like, yep, that's it right there.
I love that. Hold the amiibo up like a gold inspector.
I was going like this on stream. I was like, guys. My favorite, I think, moment in the entire game, if we're getting granular, was the moment that I saw a Krocodile with a green hand. And I was like, it's not just K. Rool. Because that was my big question. I was like, I was pretty sure about K. Rool, but at that point I was like, I don't know if they're gonna bring back the whole crew. So I'm curious, what was your guys' favorite like moment of realization throughout the game?
Yeah, that was
I was
insane.
gonna say that. Oh,
The fact that they brought back the original sounds too. Well, it's crazy because even in Smash Ultimate, the Claptrap Assist Trophy had like his little "ow" sound when you hit it. So they definitely had those on the mind to like bring those sound effects back and stuff. But man, I just never thought we would see like Neki 3D. I think I was the hypest for Neki. I love that. He's so cool.
Number one Neki fan over here.
Exactly. Master Neki, Mini Neki, Master Neki Senior.
Yeah, Neki was definitely the most unexpected to me because I was like, okay, maybe they'll bring back K. Rool, then maybe they'll bring back the Kremlings, but like I was not expecting like just the regular ground enemies.
Yeah, Armadillo. I was not expecting him.
That was the biggest surprise. I'm also kind of disappointed that Naughty wasn't a character either because he was a fossil too.
I was very disappointed by that. Naughty is my favorite.
I absolutely loved, seeing all of those guys return. But I think what even surpassed that just a little bit for me at the very end was doing a whole fake credits routine, you know, with K. Rool, and then having Gangplank Galleon kicking up. Oh my gosh, dude, I was losing my mind. I just, like that sense of excitement. I haven't felt that from a game in just such a long time. It was really tapping in, punching those nostalgia buttons for me. So
let's get a head count. Who did not expect the end coming? The fake out.
I mean, I pretty much fully expected that. I was like, there's no way they're not going to do that.
I was hoping for it big time. I'm like, oh please, please.
I wasn't even thinking about that. But like, of course, like as soon as you see the logo, you're like not surprised at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they snuck in a bunch of more cameos and references to the enemies. They had them like working on the game. There's also probably a pretty funny meta joke in there about Nintendo not crediting people.
Yeah.
Should have done that in the Mario movie. Oh, Crusher made the Donkey Kong rap.
All I gotta say is like that whole Bananza Tower part where I got to play it. I think that was the first time in a long time I was playing a game where tears were literally rolling down my face and I was crying. The way they did it, like the Gangplank Galleon remix, this K. Rool just flying in with vengeance, bloodlust to kill Donkey Kong and Pauline, and with his copter, which has been redesigned to look more like Chaos even from DKC3. I love how they didn't need to do that. They could have just ripped the Smash design, but they went full out with all this fan service like detail. Like, it's just crazy. This is just pure fan fiction, like happening before my eyes, like seeing this all happen.
New Kremling City. It did not feel real what I was looking at.
That was probably my favorite part. I did not expect to see New Donk City at all. And then just having New Donk City in there and having all these big neon signs that say K. Rool is back all over the place just to really rub it in. That was like the best for me. I was like, wow, dude, this is incredible. Like, it's just, and all like the Kremlings are like moshing and stuff on like, you know, these giant LCD screens all over the place. It was great.
Yeah, that was amazing. I know, just from the moment he's revealed up through the end of the game, it just keeps layering on top of each other. Like, they just keep building. Like, every new thing they did was just even more exciting for me. It's just like, oh my gosh. I felt like I was partaking in some substances or something throughout that whole rest of the game. Like, it was just, woo! Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's such a crazy thing. It's like every once in a while I just think about it. I was like, that actually happened. that wasn't a dream.
Yeah, like, none of us, like, with our theories would never expected they would actually do that.
And it was so much better than what any of us thought. Like, we were just going to be happy if they just brought him back, but they celebrated.
Yeah, for real. They really couldn't have done it any better. I'm so glad they weren't taking notes from any of our crackpot theories, because
thank God.
Yeah, and what are the lore implications of this? Is everyone in New Donk City dead now?
Yes.
I feel like they all died.
I mean, they all.
There's no way they could have gotten away fast enough before that Banandium started flowing up. They're all dead.
No.
There should have been a secret ending where Mario appears with, like, those briefcases. Like, well, I'm back in New Donk. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they were encased in gold or something, and then, you know, blah blah blah. The one part about the ending that I thought was weird is like, I don't even know what wish Pauline was trying to make, because like she already made her wish to go home, but then she's like disappointed because Donkey Kong just wants bananas. But then she's like okay with it because I'm gonna become a singer anyway without magic powers or something like that. I didn't quite get that part.
She was gonna wish for everybody to come back to life.
She wishes for Grandma to come back.
It's like, well, Donkey Kong deserves it more. He did save me, so I think that's okay.
But you want your bananas, Donkey Kong.
That's fine, just this once.
Donkey Kong's like, well, are you sure? Oh, there's a bunch of... That guy's face is melting. Are you sure you want me to not...
Thousands of casualties. That'll be alright. Get your bananas.
Yeah, you deserve it, DK.
I would do the same, honestly.
The one thing that I was hoping for that didn't happen, well, I fully expected New Donk City to be at the end of this game. I was like, there's too many connections between this being the same team and everything. I was like, but I thought it was going to be you explore New Donk City as its own layer. But what I really wanted was for, at the end of the game, for there to be, akin to the Mushroom Kingdom, a going back to DK Island, and here's all the Kremlings back to where they started. And you can just, like, have fun. That, I wish that would have happened, but it was like, they gave us so much, I didn't even care.
that would be pretty cool. I had similar thought that, like, I was really hoping it would be like a, you know, super secret, like, final little thing you could do, go explore DK Island or something, but you know, yeah, like you said too, though, it was like, yeah, they already did so much, they already gave us so much with this, you know. Yeah,
it was like, I've eaten so much my stomach hurts, I can't eat any possible more. I really wanted ice cream though, but you know, I couldn't eat another bite. Even though I would.
I was hoping at the very least that the Pauline post game would have led to like a concert or something where they're singing and you see like other Kongs in the stadium or whatever, in the crowd or something like that. Maybe they could throw them in that way. I thought that would be kind of cool, but you know, obviously they didn't do that. She's like singing out on the street.
It's pretty typical Nintendo fashion too, for them to not really give you anything like, you know, super mind-blowing as like the 100% reward, you know. It's just like, oh, here's an extra little piece of artwork. Yeah, there you go, you know.
Now, so from this point forward, what do you guys think the future of the Donkey Kong franchise looks like? Because do we get more games like this? Is K. Rool here to stay?
I feel like the sky's the limit at this point. You know, I feel like the future's looking bright. It really feels like they're trying to, like, bring DK back in a big way and keep him here this time. I think K. Rool's pretty safe at this point, too. I mean, they have, you know, the actual numbers to show, like, how many people care about this character. You know, that Smash ballot, it was an important thing a couple years ago. You know, I don't know exactly, like, what the next thing is that we're gonna get, but, like, I feel like it's probably not gonna take 11 years this time, so.
My thoughts is there's been so much here now connecting the DK world to the Mario world. Will we get a Mario Donkey Kong crossover? Not arcade version, but a game where they are both the hero.
I think that would be fun.
I think it could work as Mario and DK working together, but then you have Bowser and K. Rool kind of working together, and then like Bowser realizes like, oh, K. Rool's he's kind of messed up in the head. I kind of have to team up with Mario in this case too, like what he's doing.
Yeah, it definitely would have hit differently if that was their first big step with DK, was a Mario and DK crossover. But now that we have Bananza, I'm like, no, I think that'd be kind of cool. I could see that being a cool idea.
I know it's been kind of like a long-standing tradition for Miyamoto to just like not let them occupy the same space. They were trying to do something like that for Galaxy 1 or 2, I don't remember which one, but it was vetoed. And yeah, I mean, I think from a business perspective, you wouldn't want to like muddy the waters too much of like what feels like a Donkey Kong thing and what feels like a Mario thing. So I have very low faith that it would happen. Also, timeline wise, it seems like they're just, I fully expected them to like, you know, brush away the Cranky Kong stuff or like do that, but it seems to me, based on like, you know, playing this game and looking at DK94 and everything, that Mario is kind of set in a different generation and like time period than modern Donkey Kong. Now they could just put the modern design of Donkey Kong and call that Cranky Kong or whatever. You know, if they want to do it, they'll find a way. But yeah, just interesting that not even like a hint of Mario besides Cranky talking about him in this game, and like you would think he would have wahooed somewhere if they were interested in doing that. But crickets on that front.
I agree.
True.
I agree 100%. I'm of the same opinion. I think that the Donkey Kong Country games take place in the future. If we're doing like a timeline thing, that's how I feel. So I don't think you'll ever see Mario crossover with at least Donkey Kong's extended characters. Like, I just don't think you'll see K. Rool and Diddy and Dixie and stuff in the same game as Mario in a platforming sense. I don't think we'll ever see that. Especially because it seems like now Nintendo's really trying to differentiate the brands anyway. A lot of stuff, like merchandise that had come out before that was Donkey Kong, was under the Super Mario Brothers branding. And now, when you go into like GameStop or you go into the store, you see Donkey Kong branding instead. It's under the Donkey Kong license. So it just seems like Nintendo is really going to try to keep that, like where Donkey Kong's its own thing, Mario's its own thing, but they can cross over a little bit because they are in the same universe, but they're never going to like really go all in. They'll like dip their toes here and there. They'll have these fun little things where they have maybe a particular character, like Little Kid Pauline in this sense is that. She's this character that was created to cross these brands over without actually crossing them over. Like, you don't have to have Mario and Luigi hanging out with Diddy and DK. It's just, it's unnecessary. So I just feel like that'll probably be what they do moving forward. DK will still be DK. Mario will still be Mario. Maybe they'll have an occasional little blend here and there where they'll bleed into each other, but for the most part I think they'll just be separate. And I don't think K. Rool's going anywhere. It would be messed up if they made this whole big stink about K. Rool coming back. You know, he's got giant signs in New Donk City, and then in the next game they're like, you know what, forget him, let's replace him with something else.
That sign was there since Odyssey. K. Rool Ave was there since 2017, so the signs were there early on before this.
I highly doubt they'll take him away now.
I do think in like a greater brand sense, yeah, we're definitely not going to be waiting as long for games. I mean, the next 3D Donkey Kong, I mean, you know, set your countdown back to zero since the like new Donkey Kong games come out. Like, it's probably going to be next gen, like five or so years, maybe 7, 8, 9, until we get another 3D Donkey Kong of like this caliber.
Yeah.
Nintendo does not like to like double down on those because you can look at the sales numbers from Galaxy 1 to Galaxy 2, Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. It's just like unlikely they're probably going to spend those resources on like another new thing. But I do think 2D Donkey Kong's in the works. I do think like spin-offs are back on the table, and I'm excited to see those games. I feel like Retro is going to be assigned to making or overseeing another Donkey Kong Country game after this. Maybe they will, kind of make a new team for it. Reese from Kiwi Talks, who has a lot of relationships with Retro, disagrees with me, so he's probably right. But I just feel like after all the chaos that happened with Retro's canceled game, which also featured a giant beast with a girl singing on top of his shoulder, so put on your tinfoil hat theories for that one. But after the chaos of that and just how long it's taken to bring Prime to market, I don't think they're going to be interested in hearing new pitches. As sad as that makes me, like as a creative person, to like they're like make another one of these. But like I think that's probably what's going to happen, and that game will be great, and they'll probably bring back the Kremlings in it. But that'd be my guess. But like the brand is just like in this explosion. I mean, coming back from the Universal Studios Donkey Kong Country, I just call it Donkey World. I think that's funny. Just seeing like the mass of people that are all around you wearing Donkey Kong shirts, and I even saw a few like fan made rareware render shirts like Funky Kong and stuff, and like just seeing that many people engage with this brand deeply is it's like, oh, we're in a different era now. This is not like, oh, he's the funny guy from Mario Party. Like this is like a big push to bring him front and center and back to that upper echelon of Nintendo characters. The big ones like Mario, Mario, Splatoon, Zelda, Animal Crossing. I think like DK is like that fifth pillar of like really important 10 million plus seller Nintendo franchises. And I mean it was just like wild to see like that many people just like there for the Kong stuff. I kept checking the app because you see like wait times on there where you're like strategizing where to take the kids to, and all day the ride with the longest wait time was the Donkey Kong one. Just throughout the whole day. The most popular ride inside of that whole theme park that has How to Train Your Dragon, it has Mario Kart. It's just like, dude, we're entering a Donkey Kong renaissance.
I fully expect King K. Rool and even more Kongs to show up in Mario Kart World sooner than we think, actually. I'm going to be bold and say that it'll get revealed next month, because when you think about it, I think they might be slowly be pulling that K. Rool spoiler band-aid, because his amiibo is already getting restocked or like resold next month. And also, they probably have a bunch of like renders ready to like show up, because he has like 2D art, like a new 2D art design that you see in Bananza's like loading screen. They definitely have a bunch of merch ready for the character, but they just gotta like know it's a matter of when they'll do it, because he's definitely a part of the big brand again. There's no way they're not going to make merch for this character.
Please make some merch.
Oh man, I'm so ready for the K. Rool merch. I go every once in a while and I Google it because I forget. I Google K. Rool merch and I see that one plush from the Donkey Kong Country era. And it's like, man, that looks so cool, but it's so expensive.
I think most of it was Japan exclusive.
Yeah.
Which is, this funny narrative people have had are just like, Donkey Kong's not popular in Japan. And I'm just like, really? Because they got their own version of Donkey Kong Land 3 and a whole trading card game. So, seems like it pushed some units over there.
Also, the show was very well received compared to...
Yeah. Yeah, the TCG blends DK64 with the show. So they have the Baby Kong card. They have, it's wild.
Just a matter of time until they bring back Bluster.
Dude,
let's make
I'm
it
ready.
happen. Come on.
Bluster and Leo Luster, baby. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of love I've seen for Bluster Kong is insane.
Yeah, I mean, if they're Japanese and they were alive at that time, they're familiar with Bluster. Like, there's a Bluster Kong toy set that I've had my eye on for a long time. I mean, they know. There's some distinguished gentlemen over there with good taste and strange French Canadian TV.
He's coming back.
He's coming back, dude. Best villain in the series besides Rool.
The most loyal Donkey Kong theorist. The big prediction: Bluster Kong is coming back 2026.
Well, there was Bluster Wing in the Tempest Slayer, that enemy that was called literally the Bluster Wing. Maybe that was him. He morphed into a horrific bat beast.
If you think about it, Void Kong is kind of Bluster Kong, honestly. He sort of is.
He has some Bluster vibes, but not. Void Kong earned his wealth, and Bluster's a nepo baby. So like that was always just like the nice part of the villain arc. Is just like he's just there running his mommy's little barrel production. Like he not a productive bone in his body, but he has the means of production. There's so much commentary in that TV show, you know.
My mommy told me I could have the Banandium root, and not you, Donkey Kong. I will not take.
We've gone off the rails.
Yeah.
Did not expect to talk in depth about Bluster Kong.
Commence the Bluster Kong theories.
Bluster Kong's behind everything.
I mean, I believe it. That guy's terrible. That's what
Why
he's
not?
done.
He's the one who raised the Switch prices.
I mean, he invented capitalism in the Donkey Kong world. I mean, after DKC won, they just have banana coin.
We never actually saw the CEO for VoidCo, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
or the venture capital funding it. Private equity.
Yeah. Christy, what you should do for the thumbnail of this video, you should have us, but then have like a small corner of just Bluster's face just peeking in, so like people won't understand until they get to this part saying, why is Bluster in the thumbnail? Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe I'll put Bluster like sitting in the pizza joint, just in the background somewhere. That could be
That's
cool.
perfect, actually.
Just have him at the table.
Waiting for his moment to shine.
Surprise!
He's been there the whole time.
Just put like a timestamp saying this is where we talk. The Bluster talk starts here, so in case.
Yeah, I'll definitely make it a chapter. I'll just the Bluster part. So the people who are looking for that content know where to find it. Skip right ahead.
Thank God, finally. The Bluster content I've been waiting for.
What are we going to speculate about when they announce a new Donkey Kong game?
Yeah, we have to continue finding things to speculate. You know, Bluster.
Bluster.
Or Swanky Watch? I want Swanky back.
No, Chunky.
Swank watch.
Chunky watch.
Chunk Watch.
Chunk Watch.
Get on it, Al.
Oh, that boy Chunk.
Chunk watch. Here we go.
I mean, he was in the movie.
That is true.
Yeah, that is definitely one thing I'm hopeful for the future is bringing back some more long-lost characters, some more Kongs. I'd like to see some characters make appearances again, not even necessarily as playable, but just, cameos. Love to see it.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see more Kongs return too. I don't know why they're so selective in stuff like this. I mean, awesome that they brought back K. Rool and the Kremlings. I was confused why they wouldn't bring back other Kongs like Funky or... I mean, Funky feels like a staple at this point, and he wasn't in there. But I thought for sure we'd have some kind of little moment where we see the 64 Kongs or something, you know.
It's crazy because I think another character that's been omitted from Bananza itself, and he was like in Returns and in the theme park. There's no Squawks like anywhere in the game. Where's Squawks?
I think they just don't want to put a character in a Nintendo game unless they have something to do. That's kind of their rule. Like, they needed a singer, so they made a list of people who could sing on Donkey Kong's back. Diddy got the boot, and because he does sing in Tropical Freeze if you wait long enough. But, I think that, and, just having Likey, standing around somewhere would have been enough for me, but I think they wanted them to, have more impact. And, I mean, to having that in your pocket is just, next Donkey Kong game, you could sprinkle 3 more Kongs in. Oh, thank you. We'll just keep eating it up.
We're simple creatures.
Where's Kiddy Kong? I need Kiddy Kong back.
No, we need Donkey Kong Jr., That man has been locked up for so long.
I want Kiddy Kong to come back, except he's just ripped now. He's still wearing the same clothes, he's just ripped.
He's just a jack baby.
Yeah.
They turn Kiddy Kong into a zoomer, like he's on his phone all the time.
No. Stop.
That would be pretty funny,
I hate
though.
when I see
That's
mock-ups
the
and stuff like
He's got his tablet.
Yeah.
He's an iPad kid. No. Watching Miss Rachel videos.
Keeps begging for Robux.
And when he cries, it's just the same SNES sound effect when he dies in DKC3. It's not unchanged at all. Like the
I love that sound effect. That's one of my favorites, where he just screams.
Yeah, justice for Kiddy Kong. I don't understand where the hate campaign came from him.
It's forced hate, honestly. It's like how people hate Slippy back then. Get like narratives saying, "Oh yeah, Miyamoto said Donkey Kong Country wasn't as good as it was." You know, that makes sense. I don't really like Donkey Kong Country anymore.
Yeah, that one was the funniest. Is like, yes, the like near executive of Nintendo's like, yeah, man, this game we made sucks. Just like, sure.
Yeah, I heard Miyamoto say that he wanted to burn Diddy Kong in a fire.
I heard that. I heard that too. I heard when normally when you talk about any game that you can think of aside Mario, Miyamoto shows up at your door and he goes, "Yeah, but have you played Pikmin?" And throws it in your face. he just has a copy.
You know how they do like Disney twist villains now? They should just do from now on, just make any franchise in Nintendo like he's just there. It's like, yeah, I'm the Twisted Speed, okay?
You're fighting Ridley in Metroid Prime, and
For some reason, Ridley's very obese.
I just imagine K. just painted himself all purple, like, guys, it's me, Ridley, you're right.
I want obese Ridley.
He hasn't been the same after Smash.
now do we want DK and Pauline to replace DK in Smash?
No, they won't do that.
No.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
I don't either.
I don't know. I mean, there are a fair amount of children who get punched in the face in that game, but yeah, I don't think they'll do that.
I think I could definitely see them pulling, like making a new moveset for him and pulling from Bonanza, but yeah, I'm totally cool with them just leaving Pauline out of it.
Yeah, she doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, you know, if she were to ever make an appearance in Smash, would she be under the Mario set of characters or the Donkey Kong ones? Because, you know, we're already pushing the limits, you know, of DK representation in the eyes of Sakurai. So, you know, if we get Pauline, that's probably all we're getting.
Oh, yeah.
As
Dude.
far as, like, a new rep.
Oh,
Start
boy.
another war.
Yeah.
What if, like, the next Smash game, they do, like, the Fire Emblem bias, but they do it for Donkey Kong?
Dude, I'm ready for it.
I'd rather that.
I would love that so much. Sakurai's like, yeah, I like Naughty the Beaver the whole time, guys. Here's his new moveset.
Guys, I would love it. I wanted to say thank you guys very much. Thank you guys for being here, for taking the time to talk with me. It's been very fun. Maybe we can go around, and if you guys have something coming up that you want to tell people to look forward to,
I have a Twitter and a Blue Sky. That's all I have right now.
follow Skips. He talks all about Donkey Kong and is now the #1 Rick the Hamster fan.
Yeah, the hashtag. I don't mean to get like political, but hashtag Rick the Vote for Rick the Hamster and Air Riders.
Political.
Yeah,
Hey, yo.
yeah, we don't mean to get. we got to get Rick in there, man. Come
We
on.
gotta get Rick. Most
Yeah.
criminally underutilized Kirby character.
Well, Kong Kompendium, what do you have coming up soon? What are you working on?
I'm trying to like slow it down a little bit, put a little more juice into the video. So got some neat stuff coming up. I don't know if I even want to spoil it, but yeah, we'll keep it a surprise. I got some neat stuff in the works.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
And Uncle Al, what do you got coming up? I know you're always cooking something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm working on a big video about my experience doing a no banana run of DK Bananza, so that's going to be a fun one. It's pretty far along now, but whoo, it's a doozy. So it was something. It was fun. I'll save the surprises for the video, but yeah.
Sounds good. And Don't Mind Joe, what are you working on?
Well, right now I'm working on pretty much a series of videos where I'm really jumping into like Bananza and its lore, like how it connects to the past games, and just like the lore of the characters in there, you know, like all the either like the new stuff that we got going on. The first video that kind of went in there was the Pauline video that me and Kong Kompendium teamed up on that one. We kind of did like in tandem videos for that. But yeah, I mean, I'm really jumping into Bananza like from a lore perspective, looking at like everything going on in there, and I'm just going to be doing a series of videos for that.
Very excited for those.
Very nice. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys coming out and for all of your work in the DK community. I think I speak for the whole DK community that your guys' videos have been some of the most exciting and fun on Nintendo YouTube. So, thank you very much.
Let's normalize the term donktuber.
Oh, where's my pizza?
That lumbering fool. He'll never make it in this altitude. He's really living up to his name. Crispy and the others had to go, but my foot is asleep, so I'm waiting for it to decide to wake up. So I may as well read this message from Crispy. Thank you for listening to our little monkey discussion, and thank you so much to my lovely guests who joined me. Check out the links in the description to check them out. Didn't think to thank me. Interesting. If you want to hear more of our conversation, an extended cut will be available to members of the Extremely Crispy tier on the Too Crispy Patreon. Thank you so much to those who have supported me over there already. It truly means so much to me. Too Crispy. How disgustingly pathetic. Great Monkey Elder out.